All right, this will be the last sort of pre-lesson that we're going to need so we can start to get into the actual unit, which is solving by quadratic equation. And the last thing is in order to use the quadratic formula, you must get your equation equal to 0. And as you can see here, see this is not equal to 0, this is not equal to 0, and so on. What we want to do is get these equal to 0. We want to get them into the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And that way, once we do that, we can identify what our a, b, and c is, which we're going to need for solving using quadratic formula. So if you look at this, in order to get things moved to the other side, you have to add their opposites. So I want this to be 0, but I don't want this 60. So I need to add its opposite to both sides. So in this case, I have a 3x squared, and now I have a negative 60. And these will cancel out. These are not like terms, please do not combine them, just leave it just like this. So now, if I look and say, all right, well, what is my a x squared plus bx plus c? I got to identify what is my a, my b, and my c. So the value in front of the x squared is your a, so 3. It's not 3x squared, it's simply a is 3. The value in front of the term with the x is your b. See how there is no b term? There's nothing there. So I would put 0. And then c would be negative 60. All right, let's look at the next one. Here I've got two terms I need to move over. In order to move them, I have to add their opposite. So I'm going to add a 2x to both sides. So I have 3x squared plus 2x, these will cancel out, equals 5. And these are not like terms, one's an x squared, one x, don't say that's 5x or 5x squared. And now I need to move this over, so I'm going to add its opposite to both sides. So I end up with 3x squared plus 2x minus 5 equals 0. Now I got to identify my a, my b, and my c. So a is 3, this is in front of x squared. My b is 2, and my c would be negative 5. Well, let's move on to number 3 now. One thing I do is, you can sort of see in this one, I did 2 separate steps to do this. Once you get the hang of this, you're really going to want to do this all in one step. So I'm going to need to add, like here, I got to add the opposite of both these. So I'm going to add a 5x to both sides. But I'm also going to add a positive 3 to both sides as well. Because that way these will cancel out and these will cancel out. So over here I have my 2x squared plus my 5x plus 3 equals 0. So you can do it all at once. And a lot of you will sort of see, well, I can just move these over. I put the opposite. So this was negative 5. When I move over, it's going to be 5x. This was a negative 3. When I move over, it's going to be 3. So don't go through the process if you get it. Just say, hey, I can just go from here and I can write this without this work. All right, my a is 2. My b is 5. And my c is 3. All right, if you feel comfortable and you want to go ahead and move on, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to do 2 more examples. I'm going to look at these last 2, 4 and 5. All right, number 4. Got to move these over. Now you notice we have these terms over here. So I've got to subtract the 5x, and then this is negative 4, so I'm going to add 4. Negative 5x here. I'm going to line these up, makes it a lead there. So I'll end up with x squared. 8 minus 5 would be plus 3x. 9 plus 4 is 13. When I identify my a, b, and c, a lot of people will say, oh, well, is a 0? What is a? Because there's no value here. Anytime you don't have anything, this is the same as 1x squared. So I'll put a is 1, b is 3, and c is 13. Okay? Why don't you pause the video and try to do number 5 by yourself, and I'll go over it once you're done. All right, looking at number 5, I have 3 terms here now. I've got to add negative 3x squared to both sides. I've got to add a positive 8x to both sides. And I've got to add a negative 15 to both sides. Because then these will cancel out, and I'll get it equal to 0. So on this side, this will end up being negative 2x squared. This will be negative 6 plus 8 will be positive 2x, and 11 plus that will be negative 4 equals 0. So my a is negative 2, my b is 2, and my c is negative 4. All right, if you want, then you'll sort of see below you have 1.4 homework. Go ahead and solve those, or not solve them, but set them equal to 0.